It's your girl, Chef Jazz here, owner of Green Panther Chef, where we normalize cooking with cannabis. We are at the close of summer, whatever that means to you, but there are a lot of great produce and vegetables that are just at your local grocer or farmer's market. So I really wanted to take advantage of that and make a simple summer salad. So to do that, just follow along. If you feel like I'm leaving you behind, no worries. All of the recipes are going to be left in the show notes below. So this is actually just came to me as I was at the grocer, and it was just some beautiful peaches that they had and some beautiful tomatoes as well. So what I'm going to do is just slice this up into eighths, and I'm going to make a simple salad dressing, and I'm going to sear a piece of salmon and bring it all together. All right, so when you're working with peaches, these are fresh. Make sure you just core them. Make sure they're kind of soft and they're not too hard as well. So we just cut them up into eighths. I'm going to toss them right into our bowl. We did the same thing with some tomatoes here. These are vine ripened tomatoes, so they're really, really sweet. I love that. So you really want to take advantage of produce when it is in season. So we're going to add just a little bit more tomato. The ratio looks a little off, so we're just going to cut it into eighths. Take advantage of that sweetness of the tomato. Alright, get that to the bowl. That's kind of simple, right? That's like the base of the salad. So I love to add mint to this, and one, because it looked really good at the grocer, I'm just going to rip it into the bowl. First, I'm just going to take it off the stem, of course. You could use the stem if you like. I mean, hey, if you want to use a tea or utilize it in a tea later, keep it on hand. So we're probably going to use a good half a handful. I might make some tea. I'm going to put it to the side. That should probably be enough. All right, so if you do not want to rip it, it's fine. You can give it like a quick rough chop. But before you do that, you just want to bruise it just a little bit. And what that does is just lets out all of those oils. Or what you can do is I see people slap it as well, So whichever one you want to do. So I'm just going to rip it, nice big chunks. So you can really get a good bite of mint when you bite into the salad. It's just, yeah. All right, get cleaned up a little bit. Drive me crazy. All right. So for this dressing, it's nothing more than just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil that is infused, of course. You can add a little bit of lemon juice as well. That would be great, but I really want to just highlight the acidity of the tomato as well. So a little bit of salt and pepper before we mix any of that up. Fresh ground pepper. We know about terpenes, so hey, beta-caryophyllene. That's a terpene that is found in cannabis and is also found inside of black pepper. So it is great for gut health. I have a gastrointestinal issue, which is Crohn's disease. So I love to put black pepper into like any type of meal that I have, because it's really anti-inflammatory. And before I add salt, I just add it to my hand because you never know. More comes out. I just don't want to make a mess. You can always add more, but you can't take it out, right? Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Olive oil, already added that, and we're going to give it a quick toss. The acidity from the tomato is really just going to break down. It's going to create like this own salad dressing. So I wanted to do this and kind of set it to the side before we started the fish. So all of those juices can kind of like marry. All right, so let's get started on the fish really quickly. So basically over medium-high heat, You want a really nice sear on the fish. And before you add anything to the pan, you just want to make sure that you get like a little bit of heat on it. That's the way that you know that you can get like a really good sear, like a restaurant, and you're not adding fish to a cold pan. So it just takes longer and it doesn't have that nice crust. So we're going to hang out just a little bit. It's a great time to season our fish. We have a little bit of mint on our plate. Let's get rid of that. So this is a nice piece of beautiful sockeye salmon that I found at the grocer as well. Just going to season that with a little bit of salt and pepper on both sides. So absolutely it does come from the sea, but it still needs a little bit of seasoning. I always say that. And a little bit of salt and pepper. See, too much came out just right there. It always happens. And you always want to, I know you've probably heard this before, but you always want to season actually from a little distance. And that's probably like, 6 inches from whatever you're seasoning. It might be a little bit messy, but it has a better surface area. So you're just not like, putting salt and pepper just in like one area of the protein. You just want to spread it out. So that's a great, easy way for you to do it. All right. You guys want to see me wash my hands quite a bit. All right, so it seems like our pan is actually almost ready. And how do we know that? You see a little bit of smoke coming off the pan. And you do not want it to be burning with smoke, but you just see a little bit on there. So as we're going to sear, you do not want to use an extra virgin olive oil. I talk about this in other videos, and the reason being is because it has a lower smoke point. We're going to use a vegetable oil. You can use something else if you like, but just a vegetable oil, probably about 1 tablespoon to the bottom of the pan. I am using a cast iron skillet. I prefer when I am at home to cook with the cast iron skillet as well. All right. I just want to make sure. All right, perfect. So I'm actually going to add this skin side down. Because I actually want to utilize that skin, make that crunchy skin. So do you hear that? That's what you want to hear. I don't know if you can. I got to put my mic a little bit closer, but I might get hurt. But you just want to hear like that sizzle and that pop, because that way you know that you're going to get like that good crust. That's kind of familiar when you go out to restaurants and you get like a seared piece of fish. All right, so let's get cleaned up. I'll probably cook the salmon on both sides for about 2 to 3 minutes. That can probably bring it to a good medium. If you want it well done, you can definitely pop it into the oven and let it cook for probably about 7 minutes, just a little bit longer. And just leave it alone, right? I remember actually in culinary school quite a bit, we would always try to rush the process. You really have to love the process when it comes to cooking. And so the food is going to let you know when it is ready to be flipped. So we would always try to flip the food prematurely, and half of the skin would be left on the bottom of the pan. And that's because it wasn't ready yet. So when it is ready, it's going to naturally release. So we just have to be patient and hang out. So right before actually we serve the salad, I have some pita chips that I actually neglected to tell you about. But we just threw these into the oven with salt and pepper, 350 degrees, and just let those kind of get golden brown. We're going to actually add that to the salad to add a little bit of crunchiness, and it's a great contrast with that salmon. So I think this is almost ready to be flipped. Let's check it out. It'll let me know. Oh, yeah, I think so. It's got to be gentle. The bottom's going to see. Just give it another minute or two. Not even that, probably 30 seconds. There we go. Perfect. I love crispy skin on salmon. It's just, yeah, it's awesome. That's like the only type of fish that I can say I can really enjoy the skin. You know, I'm just not a skin person. I have a daughter who is 12 years old and she absolutely loves it. It has great omega-3s, great vitamins, minerals. It actually is probably like one of the best parts, some people would say. But yeah, I just can't get into it like that. But salmon definitely is one. All right, so this is actually about to come off. I think this is a great time. And this is what I love about cast iron skillets. You can kind of cut it off and it can still retain that heat. So I think this is a great time to add our pita chips to our salad. It's already been marinating, hanging out, you know. Just want to add and just crunch them down just a little bit. It's all about texture too, you know. Like this right here, we're using our infused extra virgin olive oil, you know. But then you also have like our pita chips, and then you have the sweetness from the peaches, the tartness from the tomato. So it just really is an enjoyable salad. Give that a quick little toss. I love mint. I would probably add just a little bit more, but I'm not going to go overboard. All right, so I just did a touch test. Actually, the fish looks like it is ready. Just going to pull that off. Let it hang out in the pan, and we're just going to assemble everything. So I love to put this probably just on a platter, you know, because it's a simple salad, but then also I love to share. I mean, that's what it's all about. I love hosting dinner parties. Green Panther Chef, we are all about full service cannabis catering. So we really love like the communal aspect, but we still have to be safe. So I love these little platters right here. I can just like, you know, feel like I'm in a whole dining room type of experience. It's just me at home. Just spooning this on. And these are local peaches. I'm in the Washington, D.C. area, and there's some great farms that are in Maryland. So we're utilizing local peaches here. Tomatoes, vine ripened, just a little bit of salt and pepper. We added some mint just because it looked awesome. You know, you can definitely add rosemary if you like. Marjoram is really good, you know. I want to get some of that juice that's on the bottom. Basil would probably be really good, you know, as well. So you don't have to always stick with mint, but I think that it adds like a great addition, and it's just a great complement with everything that we have going on here. All right, so I think our fish is ready. Oh, yes, indeed. So we can either add this right on top or on the side. I'm probably just going to put it on the side here. I sing my food. That was like, I just had a moment. So I got to get some napkins because it would absolutely drive me crazy because on the side of here. All right. I mean, it's just, that's a me thing, I guess. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh mint. Just a little bit more. Because it doesn't hurt to add some mint, more mint. I am so ready to eat. I don't know about you guys. But this right here is a summer clove salad. It's super simple to make. I think that took like 15 minutes. Seared salmon, we're utilizing local peaches, vine ripened tomatoes. We have our extra virgin olive oil that you can find on our website. And we're highlighting beta caryophyllene, which is a terpene that is found inside of cannabis. So if you want any more recipes or anything more, excuse me, hey, you can check out greenpantherchef.com. We're here to help you guys.